All right, all right. What's up, everybody? It's good to be back. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Let's see who's here. Master Trader, Gamblers, Jay Bergen. That's John. John Bergen. Christopher says, I can't deal with these usernames on. All right, you guys are probably hearing my son's saxophone tonight. Christopher Zazek, B. Adams, Spaces 1111, Six Shooter, Beryllium Jesse. What's up, everybody? Good to see everybody back. I took the whole week off last week with the family, but it's good to be back. Tonight might be a little loud. I got my kiddo playing the saxophone. Can you guys hear the sax in the background today? We shall learning. Oh man, I almost got killed by gold today. Well, not really. Had I stayed in a trade, I probably would have gotten killed. Hold on. Let's take a look at gold. I made most of my money tonight on gold. Mary had a little laugh. Yeah, that's a 10-year-old practicing right now. All right, let's take a look at Goldilocks. I'm not trading any more gold tonight. That was too close. All right, Goldilocks had that nasty flush. I was trading this channel. I think I was shorting it. Played that for a little bit. Shorted this. Closed, I think, here, right there. And got out. But I was tempted to go in a long on this candle. Had I gotten in that long, I would have been flushed out. So I'm going to leave gold alone for a while. I got my green already on Goldilocks. So let me stay on NQ for tonight. Mike Schwartz, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Kites Kick. Now the question is, why is this mic picking up background noise today? Let's see if I can figure it out. Shouldn't be picking up that background noise. Or it's just a better mic than usual. All right, we'll leave the sax in the background. I'm sure he'll be done pretty soon. All right, I'm ready to try to short NQ and see if they're going to play this pattern on this channel. Let's see if it pushes up a little bit more. And I'm going to try to short it. Stuart, what's going on? How was everyone's Thanksgiving? I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. It's good to be back. Alexa, stop. All right, what am I looking for on this short? Probably a little higher, 435, 438 area. Ate way too much. Sam PFT, welcome. Yeah, I think I'm going to look for this area up here for potential short, unless they're going to run it up tonight. We are at the top of this regression channel, which I'll watch. And what is Goldilocks doing? Let's take a look at Goldilocks. Also at the top, hitting that 200 SMA. I'm leaving Goldilocks alone for now. After seeing this flush, I'm leaving it alone for a little bit. That was nasty and too close because I knew I was coming close to long in that. All right, let's see if NQ gives us a little further push up, and maybe I'll try to short it. Well, it's good to see everybody. Sparta 520, Sam Stewart, Spaces 1111, Kushal Learning, Beryllium Jesse, Kites Kick, John Berger, and Mike Schwartz in the house. Christopher Zazek, Freddie got killed by gold. Yeah, like I said, I came close. Jesse telling us liquidity up at 445, then 475. All right, let's see. Let's see if we're going to continue or play the chop with NQ. Freddie wants the long the house account already. Look at you. Freddie, you want to market gold 2 minis? Let me know if that's what you're planning on doing. All right, so let's hop onto the chat account. And Freddie wants to long 2 minis with 6-point stop loss. All right, 6-point stop loss. And what's your, let's see. All right, so we'll see. All right, so I'm going to leave the house account trade up for a little bit. Still got a couple of dad duties, and I'll be right back. Good to see everybody. It's good to be back. I needed that week off, though. House account is 17K in the green. Happy kids. What's up, brother? Good to see you. All right, guys. I will be right back. I'll leave you guys on with the house account. I'll be right back. All right, let's get this show on the road. How's gold? Ooh, look at Freddie with another gold trade here. All right, let's say hello to anybody I've been missing here. Master Trader in the house. Happy kids. Cody, Kushal Learning. Freddie, what's the target for gold? Mr. Kushal is learning. Kushal Learning. It's either to the moon or order rejected. Yeah, Goldilocks, man. You got to respect gold. I think Goldilocks, I've learned that don't overstay your welcome. Otherwise, you'll pay. I came close to paying today. Let me pull up my gold trade, my gold chart. So I'm up the night playing this channel. I was shorting these tops, and for the most part, walked out in the green. I do remember right around here. Oh, I'm not showing it. Hold on. Here we go. Here's my gold chart for the night. Shorting some of these tops here. I do remember after I closed my trade here on this short, I came close to longing to play the channel back up. I forgot what happened and I didn't enter, but literally it was like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then you get this nasty candle down. That was a 1 minute candle for how many points? 247. That's a 30.1 minute candle on gold, man. With minis, it's no joke. That's no joke right there. That's a blown account with 2 minis at least. But even a 150K, you'll blow it with 2 minis there. So I'm leaving gold alone after that. Again, if you overstay your welcome, you'll pay. Let's go back to NQ. So I am looking for shorts up here. Oh, look at the short. The short already played out, top of the channel, huh? Gotta play the chart sometimes. All right. Yeah, gold, no joke. Gold is no joke. All right, let's take a look at chat account. All right, so I'm gonna leave gold alone for a little bit. Let's see NQ. What are we looking for, NQ? I missed a short there, huh? 430. That was the short entry. At least for 20 points right there. All right. Well, let's see how far this thing's gonna go down. Maybe test the 200 SMA again. Where's VWAP? 410. Maybe the 410 bounce now. NQ. What are you trying to do here? You got an FBG on the 15-minute, around the middle of that FBG is around 410. That's the pivot point. I think at that point I'll wait for 400 again, and maybe hop on a long for NQ. All right, well, it's good to see everyone again. We're back. Happy Monday. I was off the entire week. Enjoyed my break. Enjoyed the kids' break. Nothing, as you get older, you start valuing and enjoying family time. So I took the week off to enjoy the kiddos. All right. Although I did trade in the morning and I did trade at night, I just wasn't live streaming. All right, what do we got here? NQ coming back. Let's see if we can get a 400 area. Maybe we'll hop on a long and try it that way. I was looking for a short up here, but looks like we missed it at 430, the top of that channel. So maybe 395, 400 area for a longy long. Middle of that 15-minute FVG is right at 410, right at VWAP. VWAP's at 411. See if they flush it. Kushal Learning, my balance on TPT is negative 3,500. Man, you're still alive. You're still alive. That's what matters. Let's take a look at the chat account. Chat account is nicely in the green right now, courtesy of Mr. Preddy. 713 on that trade. Nicely done, sir. With minimal drawdown. Look at you. All right, NQ coming right back down, chopping it tonight, chopping that channel. See if we get a 400 touch, maybe 395. That would be pushing it. Maybe this area right here, 400, 405, and I'll try along playing that channel again. Although it is getting weaker and weaker. All right, they're trying to flush VWAP now. I think at minimum I'll wait for 400. This wick right here. All right, in the meantime, let's take a look at the chat account. Just keeps pushing. All right, NQ is continuing to pull back. All right, Preddy, add 1 mini and set stop loss where the first entry was. In other words, break even. All right, add 1. Here we go. And, oh, shoot, I added 2. Hold on. All right, let's see if we can get you some green and I'll offload one of those contracts. And you want break even stop. Oh no, this one right here. Sorry. There you go. Now I get it. Now I get it. All right, NQ coming down hard, like she means it. Are we getting that 400 area? Let's see, 395, and I'll go in on a long. Ooh. Ooh, 395 area, 395 area. Ballsy long here, ballsy long. All right, we're going to hop on a long there. Did I catch 395, 396? I'll give it about 20 points for a stop. And maybe see if we can get 20 points out of this back up. Otherwise, if they start flushing down, we'll take the L. Gold got you bleeding, Master? Well, today was brutal with gold. I'll give you that. All right, let's see if NQ can play the chop and test these lows and go right back up. Otherwise, it's going to take a further pullback. We got a pivot point all the way down at 376. See if they're wanting that pivot point down here first. So I got some options for DCA down here, or play this little sweep of the lows, potentially bouncing right back up. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. All right, let's hop on to the house account. House account in some nice green. Freddie, I'm going to release one of your. You only wanted one, so now that you're in a little bit of green on that contract, I'm going to release. Oh no, because then I would release the other one. Shit. All right, I guess we'll have to hold it. There we go. So house account nicely in the green. Pretty. Let me know what you want to do here in terms of TP. And I'm still waiting for my trade. Watching to see how it reacts at this 9 EMA. If I see this rejecting, then we're probably going to take a further pullback, potentially test this pivot point. But let's see. See if they can push above that 9 EMA, which right now they're struggling. But I'll let that one simmer for a little bit. Freddie, 42.58. All right, let's take a look at your trade. Oh, you're pretty close then. $42.58 it is. All right. Gold. Ooh, gold taking a pullback there. NQ on my trade, watching this area here for push up or rejection. Should have been a stronger bounce, so we'll see. See how that one plays out. Struggling there. Gold taking a pullback as well. NQ coming down now too. Maybe they are going to hit that pivot point first. Where are these levels? Pivot point is right here at 376. Maybe further test of these lows. We'll see. Sam, I think Santa will take a Christmas dump this year on the indices. No Santa Claus rally this year? We always have a Santa rally, don't we? All right, NQ looking sell heavy. And Goldilocks still playing that ascending channel. All right, NQ's looking like it wants that pivot point now. Oh, and I got decisions to make. Close it here and add down there, or close it or DCA down there. Decisions. Spaces, you went long at 399. I'm long at 396. We got a pivot point down here at 377, which I could take the drawdown and DCA down here, or watch to see if there's going to be some strong continuation flushing that pivot point potentially. This area has held all day. It doesn't mean it's going to hold every single time. Here comes the pivot point. So let's see what they do down here. If they've held it, but if they're going to flush, they're going to flush. There's no point of carrying too much drawdown there. So we'll see. We'll see what NQ wants to do here. Pivot point at 376. This has been a support area that's held pretty much all afternoon. So current low of the day is down at 357. If they're going to sweep it, then I may as well close here. Ooh, they are sweeping those lows. All right, let's see how bad it gets here. See how bad it gets here, and maybe I'll DCA, but with a quick out if I need to. All right, that pivot point is holding. Can they hold that pivot point? All right, I'm adding here. So now my break even is around 386. Let's see if they're going to flush this or just play the chop that they've been playing all day. But I don't think I'll add any more to it other than that. They flush that pivot point, I'm in trouble. You got the 200 SMA, you got a pivot point, you got an area that's held for most of this afternoon. These were my morning trades. Yeah, this was in the morning during the open. This area held, but there is a potential flush down to 358. We'll see. Good. Spaces 11, you're on micros. Yep, not too bad, brother. Gleb, what's going on? Trading's going. I was off all last week, so finally back. Good to be back. All right, NQ making a move here. So yeah, it might go down to 350. Yeah, I saw that 356 area. That'll probably be as far as I want to entertain drawdown on that trade. Coop, what's going on, brother? All right, so NQ testing these lows. This could go down to 350, 345 area. Ooh. Testing this right here. So potential further pullback on that. All right, let's take a look at this. Ooh, Freddie, looks like your gold trade also turned around. Is Powell speaking tonight? Or did he already speak? What is up with this pullback? Got it. I spoke earlier. Okay. Viv Mahoney, welcome to the stream. All right, let's see on NQ if this pivot point holds and they just touched the 200 SMA and maybe they can bounce this tonight. Gleb longing this on an eval. Well, gold and NQ taking a pullback here. NQ just took what, 100 points? No, not 100. 60-point pullback from 430. Vivma, yeah, have I been starting later? 9:30, 9:45. Yeah, you're right. 9:30, 9:45. All right, NQ wants further downside here. Uh-oh. NQ not wanting to behave. And gold. Oh, NQ. Something's going. I'm missing something. There's got to be a news or something. NQ's like tanking. Anybody watching Financial Juice? That's going to be a 100 points pullback pretty soon. With no... Not looking good. What the hell just happened to NQ? Ay, 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 ay. Literally, 1 minute after I enter, it starts dumping like that. Yeah, me neither. I don't see news. Just decided to take a 100-point pullback. Test today's lows. So it's coming close to a 100-point pullback. I don't think I can add any more to it. So let's see if this is more pain to this or they bounce it. Stock Wisdom Weekly. Nah, I don't know about the 4-hour breaking. I'm just looking at 100 points down. All right, so we're back at this morning's levels on NQ, right around the breakout area. Running with the bulls. Do you have any tips for trading New York? Asia seems to treat me better. I can read Asia markets. Well, if you can read Asia markets, you're probably doing a lot better than most people. I would say trade what you like. New York is more price action, momentum, a lot of volatility. But honestly, if you can trade Asia, which in my opinion requires finer trading skills, whereas New York, you can make decisions or you can ride price action, momentum. I think that's the big difference is you have a lot more momentum trading during the New York session. But I would say trade what you do better in, or have different strategies for both sessions. My trading strategy for New York does not work at Asia. I've had to literally try and find creative ways to trade Asia because my style needs momentum, volatility. All right, NQ coming to 350. Close to 100 points on that pullback. And Goldilocks pushing back up on the chat account. Sunny, this is a eval. House account is in a trade courtesy of Freddie. NQ trying to bounce, but no bounce yet on NQ. And what's NQ doing? All right, these 5-minute Heikinashi, yeah. Oof, 5-minute Heikinashis have all been red. We came to that 200, but not finding support. So potential continuation to this. This area right here. If that hasn't, if this, the 335, 340 area doesn't hold, then further downside. All right, Goldilocks still in that trade, targeting 258. Now NQ looking like it wants 335. God damn it. Freddie, you use Heikinashi or whatever option for the cumulative delta volume chart? Nice. Yeah, I'm watching Heikinashi here for a change in direction on NQ. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-minute candles in a row, red, with no bounce. So if this area right here, that 340 area, doesn't hold, got more downside on NQ. Goldilocks. Ooh. Let's take a look at the 5-minute Heikinashi here. So you entered right at that 5-minute doji. All right, NQ trying to bounce now. Trying. See how it does around 387. That's your 9 EMA that's been providing resistance to the downside. So let's see what happens with a test of 380. Goldilocks. Ah, Goldilocks, dude. Goldilocks is chopping. Sam, going to sleep? All right, man. Have a good one. Sam, appreciate you, man. Have a good night. All right, Goldilocks coming down and probably hunting that stop right there. Do have to add 2 more here, Freddie. There you go. Gleb, you got a live account with Topstep? Nice. And the daily loss limit is messing with my trading. You know, I added daily loss limits to my accounts just because I have to stop taking so much drawdown. So I've added daily loss limit, but it's really a loss limit per trade. Beryllium Jesse, scalp and short, massive orders sitting on NQ down at 340 right now. King Caesar, scalp and shorts. All right, let's see if NQ continues on down or pushes above this pivot point. What's NQ doing? Still's got way to test that 380 area. Ways to go. Beryllium Jesse, 377 contracts for sale down there. Ugh, they're running it. King Caesar taking a stab on a short. King Caesar, it's been a while, brother. Good to see you, man. All right, let's see how that gold trade is going. Still alive, still alive. Eddie's Auto Detail. What's up, brother? Good to see you. All right, so NQ trying to get above the pivot point again. Let's see if they can continue to push up. Or dead cap bounce for further downside. if they can push up, VWAP is all the way up at 405. Brilliant Jesse is telling us a lot of liquidity down at 340. So 340 or 405. Let's see. Space is 1111. I agree, man. Let's go, NQ. King Caesar, I don't blame you, brother. I took the whole week last week off. I traded, but very, very minimal trading. I needed to take a little breather. All right, so if NQ can bounce here, then we may get back into that range, right back up to that 400, 420 area. If this is just a dead cap bounce, then potential 340. Which way will it go? Oh, we got stopped out on the house account. Wham, wham, wham. All right, it is what it is. It happens. So house account gets opportunity awaits. Gold is getting ready to dump. Opportunity awaits. By the way, this morning I realized that you had a trade on the community account, which I did not read. I saw it afterwards because I watched the video afterwards, and I noticed that you had written that. My apologies. I didn't read you, bro. All right, what are you doing, NQ? Oh, NQ came to that 380 area we talked about to test the 9 EMA. This is the 5-minute. And getting rejected. Not good. I need you to come back up, NQ. NQ just took a rejection right there. Boom. And they continue on. Oh, but they on the 1 minute, they're starting to use the 9 EMA just crossed on the 1 minute. So as long as the 9 holds and they start building support, they can push it. But they can't give up that 9. All right, I got dad duties. I'll be right back. All right, NQ. All right, NQ pushing. I need you to push, man. Took more drawdown than I wanted right there. So now the question is, are they going to push up to VWAP? 400 is the middle of that 15-minute FVG. Or is this just hopium? They're going to flush it right back down. Looking good. Space is 1111. It's looking good. If they can get above this, get above 385. Don't fail. Don't fail, NQ. Yeah, I got a rule now. I can only DCA one contract. So I only added one. to control my risk there. But they do need to push up here. Let's go. All right, so here's. Oh, you guys are looking at the other chart. Sorry, guys. I thought you guys were looking at mine. Here we go with my long here. DCA'd right at that pivot point and still caught some heat. So I got to make decisions pretty soon. Walk out with a smaller loss, potentially break even. Let go of one and reduce my risk. Let's see what happens here. This is make or break for this push. I need to continue on up. Gleb, how do you deal with tilt? I still struggle with it, Gleb. I still struggle with tilt, but I've made some rules. My rules right now, in terms of DCA, which is what usually gets me in trouble, is since I trade minis, stick to 2 max, 3 if I'm in the green after the initial DCA. But I try to, because I trade minis on NQ, I try to limit it to 2 now. And I trade 150Ks as long as I don't see 2K in drawdown. 2K I think is where the demons come out on a trade. I'm trying to avoid seeing 2K because what happens is, what I've caught myself is, if I see $2,000 in drawdown, I refuse to close it. I'll either add, or to your point, tilt starts happening and you make even worse decisions. So I'm trying to limit my DCA to 1 contract, in other words 2, and number 2, try to keep, if I'm insistent on the trade, and listen, we struggle, right? Nobody wants to take a loss. Then I'll try to keep the loss at around 1,300, 1,500 max. That seems to keep me out of tilt, but I still struggle with it. Sometimes when you have a high win percentage, you refuse to take that small 5 to 10% losing trades. The problem is that 5 or 10% is usually 1 or 2 trades that you end up blowing accounts. So for instance here, I got to make decisions on this trade. I took some significant drawdown. Do I want to take the whole drawdown again if this whole move reverses on me? Maybe drop 1 contract. I should have dropped 1 contract here and just kept this one at the pivot point bounce. But I can tell you one thing, if I allow it to come all the way down and continue, that's where tilt happens. That's where tilt starts happening. King Caesar just happened to you, took 1,800 and now I'm trying to make it back. Yeah, man, there's something about 2K. I trade 150Ks. Usually when I see 2K, I get into, you know what? I'll either save the account or blow it. And that's not good. So I'm trying to get away from that cycle. Gleb, you switched to evals after blowing 1 funded account. That's good. Healthier health. What's your biggest loss? Oof. I think I've blown 20 PAs with 7 or 8K a drawdown each. So don't even remind me. Coach Fred, does Jesse still come by your stream? Yeah, I know he's in the chat right now, and 100% he still guests. Welcome to the stream, Coach Fred. Ang Schultz, dang, sell it. All right. So here's decisions. I took a lot of drawdown on that. Finally got back into break even. Looks like NQ is pushing. So maybe what I'll do is continue to monitor this, release 1 contract, and let the better position ride. But let's see. Let's see what happens here. It's getting interesting on NQ. Space is 11 even. Same here, buddy. I'm even as well. I'm in a little bit of green right now. So back to preventing tilt. Let's see. Where are we at? I think this is where I'm going to release. Come on. Give me a little bit more. All right. So we are getting some green now on this trade, but because it was a bad trade to begin with, in other words, I took more drawdown than I needed, I'm going to let go of one contract. There we go. And I'm going to leave the better position and see how that goes. So now I've reduced the potential loss if it pulls back on me, which I'm trying to get better when it comes to DCA trades. Space is 11 got out at small profit. Nicely done. So here we go. We're continuing to push. VWAP is at 400. We're right at the middle of that 15-minute FVG right now, so potentially coming into resistance. How about this? Can we get 400 out of this? Let's do this. 400. There we go. We'll close right at the top of that channel if we can get it. Oh, come on. Did I miss it by a tick as usual? Come on. Come on. All right, we got it. So, all right, little DCA trade. Got myself in a little bit of trouble. Added at the pivot point. Still took some pullback here. Released one to limit risk, and we still ended up in the green on that trade. I'll take it. And right to VWAP. Chris Noof, no pasa nada. What's up, brother? Christopher Zazek, what's up? Yeah, man, it's Spaces 1111. You walked out in some green too. Good. It was a little nasty little push here. You just can't get shaken out every single time. But that's my rule. If I'm trading minis, my rule is one. I can add one mini, so I'll have two minis in play. And max drawdown per trade around 1,500 max. If I see 2,000, the demons come out. That's when I get myself in trouble. I've noticed that, so I'm avoiding it. If I can avoid seeing $2,000 in a trade negative, I'll be okay. Once it hits 2,000, demons come out. You don't want to close it. You want to add. You want to save it. Blow the account or save it, and that's just bad trading behavior. Chris Noof killing it, man. Good, bro. Let's go. So 1,800 on 4 evals yesterday. So far tonight, I have 500 on 2 of them. Good stuff, man. That is good stuff. $300 is your limit. Space is 1111. Yeah, I use 150Ks, so I have about 5K in drawdown. Max loss limit. So as long, like I said, as long as I keep it $1,200 to $1,500 loss per trade, if I'm really insistent on that trade, tilt stays away. If I start adding and then the trade becomes negative 2,000, that's where I get myself in trouble. Chris Noof, I wouldn't be, brother. Why? Lock it in, and more importantly, give yourself a day or half a day to rest. That way, you come back in the evening tomorrow again. I disconnect a lot. My problem is not disconnecting when I'm in the green. My problem is disconnecting when I'm in the red. Just take the damn lost day. But if I'm in the green, I walk out. Out. But nicely done, Chris, man. Good stuff. All right, so good little Gleb, $5,900 payout is calling you. All right. Yeah, I have good discipline getting out, closing everything up when I'm in the green. When I'm in the red, though, I want to battle. I want to get back. I want to get it all back. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. And that turns into blowing up accounts. Freddie, for you, otherwise I get green, then I got red. Healthier health, which do you prefer, funded or live accounts? I do both. Healthier. Prop firm sim funded accounts and personal live account. Freddie, it's funny. I was going to ask you, do you stay in that patience with your house account trades on your trades? So you just answered the question. In other words, you're willing to wait on the house account, right? Because, you don't care about it. It's not yours. But you've gotten some pretty nice trades just holding them. But you're right. A lot of us will close immediately once we're in the green on our accounts or on important accounts. Zeros have a clench. What was your confirmation to get on the reversal? So I initially used this level right here, right? This was the support area that we had held. Turns out NQ had something else in mind. They flushed. So then I looked at the pivot point for this level as the potential bounce area, and that's where I added. Well, NQ had a mind of its own, and it came close to coming for this 4-hour level at 340, which if you look at this resistance area that became support, came close to about 48. That's why I didn't panic. I knew I had levels that eventually could become support. The trade would have completely been invalidated had they flushed 340. At that point, I would have had to take the loss. I added, then we waited for the pivot point test, and at that point, got out with the DCA. I agree. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I'm back. Whole week. No streaming. Appreciate you guys coming back. I'll be back for the full month of December before I fly out. I think I'm flying out on the 20th. But I'll be back for the full month. So I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern, and Monday through Friday for the New York session, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Spence, what's up, brother? B. Adams, Europe. Oh, a little Europe trip this year. All right, so NQ still struggling in this box, right? This was the consolidation zone has been playing since this afternoon. We had a little look below and fail, flush some longs out, and right back into the box. See where it goes. King Caesar long on gold. Ooh, do I want to touch gold? Let me tell you, I made most of my profit tonight on gold, but I came very close to longing right before this flush. Had a long, because I remember I was like right here with this green candle. I was about to play the breakout, and had I entered in a long, I would have been flushed out. Let's see. Okay, so you're playing the channel there, the bottom of that channel long on gold. All right, scalping it. See money, take money. With gold, you got to do see money, take money, man. It's funny, like I said, when I saw this push up, that was what, 5 points right here on this green candle. I figured there's going to be continuation. Had I entered that long, I would have been flushed down 30 points. That's why I'm leaving gold alone, man. I'm not overstaying my welcome with gold. That was a 30.1 minute candle. Man, if you're in with 2 minis, you blew your account right there. So let's go back to NQ. Keep me out of trouble with the gold. Happy Kids, short on NQ 290. Yeah, that gold trade, man. That's why I'm staying out, because I know, like, I came within 5 seconds of entering long here. And okay, I didn't take that loss, but I know I would have. You guys know that I don't necessarily play with a stop all the time. I would have been flushed out 30 points with 1 mini right around here. So I'm leaving gold alone, man. I'm not messing with it. I already traded this channel. I traded that channel. I got out some nice green for the night on Goldilocks. So I'm leaving gold alone. Alone. 35.1 minute candle at night. Come on. Freddie had an eval completed for a mini sec. Oh, nice. B. Adam had an eval last week, come within 3 ticks of a blowout. That's the best. Those are the good stories. All right, Goldilocks, NQ, what are you doing here? All right, so I'm out on my long. We came to the 200 SMA rejection here. So blue lines on my charts, guys. Pivot point. We got next pivot points all the way up at 560. Is that accurate? No way. No way. Yes way. R1 is all the way at 560. Okay. My red lines are 4-hour levels. All right. House account trade, do gold, 2 minis, 3 points below this market long. Huh? Gold, 2 minis, 3 points below this long? Oh, in other words, I see what you're saying. 2 minis at 3 points, so 92. There we go. Does that look right? I think that looks right. $51, so you want 49 entry. All right. There we go. Does that look right? That's my dyslexia kicking in, guys. I'm kidding. I don't know if I do or not. All right. I probably do have dyslexia. Is that dyslexia? I think it is. Or probably just tired. All right. So gold, 2 minis long at 249. 248. Freddie wants 248. He's like, leave. Don't mess with my trade, JC. It's 248. All right, so you're looking at a test of these lows. And you're waiting for that pullback there, for that bounce there. Okay. All right, NQ slowing down. NQ, what is NQ doing? I'm okay with my cover now. Slowing down here. All right, pretty. Let's take a look at that house account. Let's put it somewhere where it's legible. Here we go. All right. So house account is in a, well, not in a trade, waiting for a fill at 248. And what's your stop? 6-point stop. So 242. All right, it's coming for that entry. Bernardo Strolli, NQ going to 415. All right, where do I want to short NQ then? Hold on. 415, 420 area again. So NQ is just playing a range. That's all it is. All right, guys, do me a favor. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. I do this every night with you guys, Monday through Thursday, 9. Cancel that. Got my indicator selling me shorts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Canceled order. I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And for those of you that trade New York, I do the New York session as well, Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. All right. House account in no trades. I'm in no trades. I took a little bit of drawdown on that, but walked out into green. And now I'm waiting for a short opportunity somewhere up here. If we're just playing range, that's all NQ's doing. I'll play the range. This is the potential range. Top of that range is 415, 420. We had a look below and fail. That caught me a little bit off guard there, but we didn't panic. Still walked out in the green on that one. And now let's see if we get a retest of this or potential short up here. And I'll short it again. Playing the range until the range is invalidated. All right. That's it for NQ right now. Let's see. King Caesar, BTC. Where is BTC at? I haven't played BTC. Bitcoin down to 87K. Wow. Still down there. Gleb, Asia is decent. Just need to stop trading on Sundays. I rarely trade Sundays. Sundays, I try to enjoy my weekend still. All right, you want to short now Goldilocks. All right, so hold on. Freddie wants to short 3 mini shorts market. Okay, 3 market. You're shorting the bottom. Okay. Stop loss 3 points. Good. Very tight. If it runs up on you, you're in trouble. Risky trade. Let's see if it plays out. As long as this isn't the support area, right? Right. Oh, hold on. So here's your short entry. 3. Here's your stop. As long as this isn't support that holds, then you're good. If that is support that holds, right? Support, 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 you're in trouble. But I want the house account to win, so let's go with some shorts here. And NQ completely slowed down. I'm okay now with my cover there. TP 6 points. Okay, so you're going for 6 points. EMA trader wants 410 to come. So we'll wait for NQ. We'll wait for gold. Let's take a look at NQ. I'm watching for the top of this range. If that's all it's doing tonight, and it's just going to go back and forth in this range with a couple look above and fails and look below and fails, I'll play the range until the range fails. All right, back to that gold trade on the chat account, courtesy of Mr. Preddy. Looking like support down here. We need that 9 EMA to reject and flush. Gleb, do we test all-time high this year? This year? Hey, man, Santa Claus rally. Let's go. All right, that's a good rejection there, Preddy, at that 9. Now you need continuation on that to break that 46 area. There you go. Ooh, you got the nice little break there. Come on. Continue on down. Don't wick it. Continue. There you go. There you go. King Caesar waiting, hunting momentum. Yeah, that's the challenge of trading at night. No momentum. I definitely trade very differently at night than during New York. But it's good. I think the Asia. I've always said it. I think the Asia session, you really got to have an idea of trading because it's completely different, especially on a slow day like this. Whereas New York, I think momentum and price action help a lot in your trading. RM Trades, good to see you, brother. Dump it. Let's go, gold. Coach Fred, hey, man. Appreciate the kind words, man. Appreciate you. Chris, you're still on GCZ5. The current one is GCG6. We're on February 2026. Ooh, gold taking a bounce here on the house account trade. House account might take a little L here. Let's not panic. The 9 EMA has to hold or hold as resistance and flush it. As long as they don't position. Ooh, now they're testing the 20 and VWAP, right? On gold? Where's VWAP on gold? Never mind. Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, Goldilocks. 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 Breaking hearts on the house account right now. All right. House account stopped out. Goldilocks. Late support there. Happens. It happens. All right, let's go back to my charts here. Sure. It is MGG6, Chris. MGCG6. There you go. There is a list somewhere. Let me see if I can remember where, and I'll put it on the Discord, or I'll shoot you a message. But yeah, usually it's, what is it, the third Friday of every month? Not every month, every quarter. NQ looking like it wants to dump. Yeah, well, still in a range. If you look at the overall range, we're still in this chop zone. We attempted to go back to the morning session, right? Today's low. We didn't quite get there. We got to 350. These were my trades in the morning. So this is around the open right here. So we haven't tested these lows yet. We're in this little chop zone. Two look above and fails, one look below and failed, but still chop zone. I would say play the chop until the chop doesn't work anymore. So let's see if they come back down and test this pivot point at 375 and see if they pick it up. I think Jesse was telling us there's some liquidity down here around 340, which makes sense. That's this high right here, or previous resistance that we broke during the New York session, or right around 8 a.m., not 8 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern. That was the breakout from this morning. So 340 could be, but they need to break out of that range first. Until then, it's range bound. Ready. All right. I hear you, brother. I hear you. All right, let's try again. 2 minis, short gold, stop loss 3 points. Okay. So we're going to short gold on the chat account, courtesy of Mr. Preddy. And stop loss 3 points, 50, 51, 52.7. Did I get that right? Did I add this right? 50, 51, and 52. All right. Beryllium Jesse telling us they pulled it about half an hour ago. Okay, so 340. No orders down there now. Gold is in a potential descending channel unless they break out of it. I'll show it on my charts. Hold on for a second. Am I reading this right? Yeah, there's a little descending channel here that if they hold it, you might have the short. Take a look at this right here. Freddie, as long as they don't break out of that, your short might be good. I just saw that descending channel right now. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not showing it. Here we go. I just drew it. So basically, just caught that channel right there. I'm going to draw it to this only because we can use the middle line as support or resistance. But technically, it looks like this right now. But I'll use the middle line as the overall. So you may get a nice little flush here, Preddy, by the way. If this channel holds and they flush it, you might get a nice move. Preddy, what's your target on this? $7 All right. So 7 points would be 42. All right. Freddie, I'm going to release one contract because if I remember correctly, you said 2, right? And I think I gave you, yeah, you said 2. I gave you 3. So let's take profit on 1. All right. And we'll leave 2. Only because it was my mistake. Coach Fred telling us there's a Head and Shoulders on the 1 minute on gold. Oh, yeah, look at that. Little Head and Shoulders right there. Good eye, good eye. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And like I said, as long as this channel plays out, you may get a nice little flush down here. What did you say? 342. The bottom of this channel is, I'm sorry, 242. 242.9, 242.7. As long as they don't break out, you're good. All right, let's take a look at NQ now. NQ just did nothing. I'm okay with my cover. Otherwise, I'd be waiting here trying to figure out what NQ wants to do. All right, all eyes on the chat account short then. Coach Fred, I draw my channels, but I also have an automatic regression channel. So the red and green is automatic. This one right here, that's a oh, sorry, am I showing that channel? I am. So this right here, I draw this red and green, that's a regression channel. That's automatic through Quantower. Same thing with Goldilocks. These channels I draw, the red and green is automatic. It's called a regression channel, which is time-based on Quantower. But I still draw my manual channels as I see them. I love chart patterns, and channels are probably my favorite chart pattern to trade. Coach Fred, I do not know anything about that tool, other than what I've seen online, but I have not even installed it to know or comment or say anything about it. All right, Goldilocks. Here's that channel that I talked about. As long as they can play it without breaking out, that short potential 242 to the bottom of that channel right there. But it's slow. Freddie, homeless candle gold. Yeah, we need that homeless candle. The good thing, Freddie, is there's a pivot point also at 244. So you may have to make a decision. Let me show the pivot point. Here we go. So again, blue lines are pivot point right there. There's your pivot point on gold at 244 for S1. They have not touched that pivot point going back in around 8 p.m. Eastern. Pushed up, come back down to test it. So that is probably your target right there. Goldilocks. I still remember this damn flush here. Had I entered this long, I would have taken how many points? 30 points loss right there. Ugh, on gold with minis. I played this channel, shorted it, played this channel, took this flush, closed right here. So I had a good run on gold earlier today. And now NQ. What's NQ doing? Oh, I'm totally fine with my cover now. I covered up here, and now it's just hanging out. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, see what NQ wants to do. And Goldilocks, I'm watching that channel. We need that homeless candle to flush right down. Come on. Ryder Harper Game, hello, welcome to the stream. Kushal, we need to start doing Zoom calls in the evening when market opens to keep me from blowing accounts. You know, I think I'm going to do I do a lot of the trading earlier before the stream. So I think I want to start streaming Globex earlier, around the open. As you can see, most of my trades today on gold happened at 5 p.m. Between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. I don't play around. I usually try to find some type of pattern. But 5 p.m. till 6 seems to be the juicy area for gold. Did I take any trades on NQ during the open today? Or the Globex open? No. Nope. I think my last trade was this morning for the New York session. Yeah, all the way here. Here are my trades from this morning. Had some nice green, but that was it. I walked out, and now we're here on NQ. But I do want to trade. I think I'm going to do. I think I may do. My time is what? 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, one session. And then come back for like 9:45 for a little later. Because honestly, I do see a lot of juicier moves between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern. I think that's when I traded gold. It was moving. Yep, right here. That was 7 p.m. to around 8 p.m. So I may start um, streaming a little earlier. Take a break, leave the stream on, and then come back for 9:30. All right, NQ. What are we watching here? NQ. Okay, NQ just came to a halt here. Let's take a look at gold, Preddy. Let's see. You may be right. Hold on. What's it doing? Where's your entry? Let me take a look at the house account. Your entry is 97. No, you're looking for the flush down in that channel. Ooh, it just did it. Oh, no. It was a wick flush. Oh, let's take a look at the house account. Ooh, that was bad. You had a wick flush. That was a sweep. Quick sweep. Oh. Well, as long as they hold the channel, you're good. I would say if they start breaking out of this, then you're in trouble on that short. But this was bad. This wick. No bueno. But then again, it's also just 3 points. It's magnified because of how slow it's going. All right, let's bring in the MACDicator and see what it's calling out for Goldilocks. Oh, this is GC. All right, hold on. Let's bring in the MACDicator. So it just swept this green box. So that was that gap. Do we have any gaps below this? All the way down at 32. But it swept that gap, Freddie. Be careful. It just swept it right here for that gap and bounced on gold. Let's take a look at NQ now. NQ has a gap all the way down at 367. But you got some pockets all the way up. You got some pockets on the way up. And we just filled this one to 388. All right, like I said, as long as you stay in that channel, you're good. You just need the homeless candle down to 40, this 40 area now. 42. You need a nice little homeless candle down to 42 and you're good. Gold. Refusing to flush below these areas. King Caesar, chop. See ya. All right, Ryder Harper, MNQ long market, 2 micros. All right, let's get you set up with MNQ. So you want to market long 2 micros? Okay, let's go. Market long 2 micros. Market long 2 micros. All right, here we go. Market long 2 micros, stop loss at 384. Here we go, 384. Stop loss at 384. TP 427. Yeah, I like it. 247. Huh? Did I read this right? 384. I got that right. And 25247. Ryder 427. Okay. I was like, wait, am I going crazy here? 427. All right, here we go. All right, nice risk management. Very tight. Look at you. I like it. All right, how's our gold trade doing? Still alive, still playing that descending channel. I think this channel's a little more clear here, but as long as we get that homeless candle, come on, flush already. Doesn't want to flush. It's using this as support. So gold is in a little chop zone that is hard to identify here, but here it is. We had a little look above and fail, but it is playing this chop zone. Let's hope this channel... Ooh, the channel's starting to break. Freddie, where's your stop? Gold being difficult today on the house account. Chopping it up. Andre in the USA. Strong short bias for NQ and ES. All right, gold. What are you doing here, gold? Gold's starting to pop out. Get back into this bigger picture regression channel. All right, and NQ. Where's NQ? NQ came to the top of this channel. Potential move right back down. But NQ, we know, we talked about this, right? On NQ, we know that NQ is in a chop. Right? There's your chop area. So until it breaks, BFD, everybody waiting for Powell and nothing happened. I think the only thing that happened was that gold flush earlier. 30.1 minute candle, that was it. King Caesar long on gold. Let's take a look at gold. Is gold breaking out of that channel? Ooh, it is. Gold breaking out of this descending channel and hopping on the bigger picture regression channel. Freddie set break even at my gold short. Okay. Well, I think you're about to hit that right now. Yep. All right, break even stop on that short. Today, gold chopping, man, just making it difficult. So I've moved the break even stop there. Let's take a look at how are we doing on that MNQ trade. MNQ came close to stopping out. I think MNQ, we get a bigger picture in terms of MNQ needs to make a decision. Break out of this range, or we're just going to pump right back up. But this is a lot of consolidation here. Something's building here. Something's building right here. Yes, we're in this bigger picture range, but this is some pretty tight consolidation. Ryder, MNQ low key edging me. Yeah, man. This consolidation, I would wait for the break. If it's gonna break, otherwise the problem is it's been range bound all night, right? You got pushing, push back up, push low, push up, push low, push up, push low, push up, little look above and fail, came right back down, another look above and fail, came back down, look below and fail, came back into the range. But I do agree, it's starting to struggle in this range here. Are we going to take another leg to the downside and respect this bigger picture regression channel? All right, let's hop back onto the chat account. Chat account has 2 trades. For those of you that are just tuning in and probably asking, what the hell is a chat account? The chat account is the account that you guys trade. I don't take trades on it. You guys take trades on that one. You guys, the viewers, you can call out the trades in the chat. Let me know your entry, market, or if you're looking for a specific limit order, your stop loss, and your TP, and we'll put it in. So right now, we have a MNQ long with micros, and we have a Goldilocks short with 2 minis targeting 42. Goldilocks trying to get back into that range. Sorry, not that range, the channel, but the top of this channel is now becoming support for the breakout. Devin, yeah, or NQ just completely slowed down. So I'm okay with my cover there on NQ. I'm going to leave NQ alone. I already said gold I'm not touching anymore, but NQ, we got to wait for the break. If they are going to break outside of this area, right, we've been talking about this range, the overnight range. They got to break below 385. Ooh, something just got stopped out. So house account just got stopped out somewhere. Let's take a look. I think it was MNQ. Yep. So MNQ, a little unfortunate on the house account, just got stopped out. Let's take a look at gold. Let me make sure I close your TP up here. So house account stopped out on MNQ, and another unfortunate gold trade potentially getting stopped out. So gold, all it's been doing is chopping in that range, and it's trapping both ways. All right, let's all right, so now NQ, let's go back to NQ. We'll see if the house account lives or not on that trade. NQ breaking out of that range again. That's the overnight range. We got pivot point at 375. Let's see if they're going to make another move for some of those lows down there. Potential move to 365 on this bigger picture channel here down to 365. All right, house account will get stopped out, unfortunately, or it looks like it will. Oh, you got saved again, Freddie. You're still alive, brother. All right, guys, if you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern, for the Asia session. And for those of you that trade in New York, I also live stream in the mornings, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. The Unclaimed King, welcome to the stream, brother. Thanks for tuning in. All right, we need Goldilocks to help us out here on the gold, on the house account gold trade. It needs to come back into this channel and flush it down. But Goldilocks is being Goldilocks, does not want to do it. Goldilocks does not want to do it. Goldilocks is just chopping, man. It's just in a nasty chop zone. Skeletor, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. And the chat account is still alive. Potentially taking another L on this stock here. Ooh, hold on. This is 49.7. Let me put 2. There we go. 49.7. Had 3 by accident. All right, chat account. Struggling tonight to find direction. Getting chopped up on gold. What's NQ doing now? NQ is just too slow right now. All right, NQ broke 385. Let's see, can they continue down? Juvex Sempre. I like your thinking, man. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, do me a favor. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And for those of you that trade New York, I live stream in the mornings, 9:15 a.m. Ooh, chat account about to get stopped out. Oh, 1 contract out. And 2nd contract out. All right, chat account struggling tonight. Taking an L. And for those of you that are asking, what the hell is the chat account? The chat account is the account that you guys trade. You guys, the viewers. I don't take trades on that account. But it's for the viewers to take a stab at it. So all you need to do is type it in the chat. I just need to know your entry, your stop, your take profit, what instrument, NQES, whatever you want to trade. All right, back to my counts and charts. Juvex, how are you, man? Good stuff. Good to see you, brother. And Q just slowly grinding to the downside. All right, chat account. One of those days, just couldn't find direction on chat accounts or chat account trades. So chat account taking L, no big deal. Yeah, pretty. Gold is just chopping though today. It's just nasty. Devin took 3 MNQ short out of pure boredom. Yeah, I don't know. It's slowed down significantly now for NQ. Gold looks like it's finally going to rip up, but I'm not taking that trade. Hell no. I don't trust gold. Not after what it did earlier, what it's been doing, just chopping. But looks like gold is just playing this range here and potentially now pushing up. Brandon, you've been short on gold all day. Well, you've made some money on gold all day then. All right, let me stay off gold charts because I think I've traded it enough today. Let me look at NQ. Skeletor, on the stream, I show the 1 minute. If I put the 5 minute, everybody's going to fall asleep. At least the 1 minute gives you a little bit of action. But NQ definitely has slowed down now. Christopher Zazek, call it a night. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it too. I think everything slowed down. Got some nice green for the night, so I'm going to call it here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Do me a favor, if you're enjoying the content, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. More importantly, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And for those of you that trade New York, I do New York session 9:15 a.m. So NQ slowed down. I really don't want to mess with gold anymore. So that's it. Locking it in for tonight. Hope everyone has walked out in the green. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night, or I'll see you in the morning if you trade New York. Appreciate you all tuning in. Spaces 1111, King Caesar, good to see you back. Christopher Zazek, Brandon, Skeletor, B. Adam, Juvex Sem, Chris Noof, Kushal Learning, Brandon, Devin, Just Ain't Right. Oh, I didn't see you, Just Ain't Right. Good to see you, brother. Sorry, I missed you earlier, but good to see you. Pretty good stuff as usual, brother. Thanks for taking stabs at the house account. Andre in the USA. Think I got everybody that's chatted in the last couple of minutes. Pop Mop. Brilliant Jesse. Good to see you, brother. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good